Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk you through a really simple set of exercises that you can use if you feel like you're suffering from a slightly rounded posture. So one of the big things that we notice nowadays is because we spend a lot of time either sat at computers or on smartphones or even driving as well, you tend to find that most people's posture starts to roll forward through the chest and you end up with a forward neck position. Now one of the main problems here is that the further forward your neck comes, the more stress you will put on the top of your spine, which is called the cervical spine. And this can lead to lots of issues with tightness through the neck, but also tightness through the chest and a weakness through the back of the shoulder blades as well. So 3 exercises. First of all, stretch, then some mobility work, and then some strengthening work off the back of it. So the first thing to work on is trying to open up the chest, which is where a lot of the tightness will come from. If you think about the fact that in this rounded position here, the muscles around the back of your shoulder blades are going to get stretched out, and they might become weak when they end up stretched out for long periods of time. And these muscles on the front of the chest here, because the shoulders are rolled forwards, are going to end up quite short and they'll get quite tight as well. So really simple static stretch. We're going to use a bit of wall here. You could open a door and use the inside of a door frame as well. So taking your forearm up against the wall, have your elbow fixed just above shoulder height, and then just step forwards into it slightly. So I like to go opposite foot forwards, and letting my body weight just lean forward slightly into the stretch is going to open up my left shoulder, okay? So you should feel the stretch across the top of that left shoulder into the chest. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths as we relax into the stretch. So nice deep breath in, use the exhale just to relax into the stretch. And we'll look at holding that for around 60 seconds before you swap over onto the other side. Obviously it's important just to focus on both sides as well, because you don't want to try and sort of create any imbalances by stretching. So the second exercise in today's series looks at trying to regain some mobility through the cervical spine and also teach you how to get back into good posture again. So we're going to use the wall on this one. So what I want you to do is set yourself up. You have your feet about maybe half a foot away from the wall to start off with. You take your hips and your shoulders back up against the wall, because we're going to use this as a point of reference. I take my hands onto the front of the stomach and onto the chest just for positioning, and then we're working on what we call chin tucks this time. So the idea is that we're going to tuck the chin down slightly and then drive the head back against the wall. Hold it for around 5 seconds before you release forwards, and again go through that same process. So tuck the chin down slightly, draw back so that your head pushes back against the wall, 5-second hold, and then draw back forwards. Now, to get any sort of benefit from this, we want to be looking at doing maybe sort of 10 to 15 repetitions and really teaching yourself how to take that position, control the position of the neck, and draw back. Now, you could also do this throughout the day if you were sat at your office chair, or if you were sat at your desk for long periods of time, or even when you're driving. You can actually just work on trying to drive your head back into the headrest just to regain posture as you go through the day. And the third part of the series, it wants to look at trying to strengthen the muscles around the back of the shoulder blades, because like we said at the start, if you are in this rounded position for a long period of time, the muscles on the front are going to get quite short and tight, the muscles on the back are going to get stretched out, and when they are stretched out, they're going to get a little bit weaker as well. So to strengthen those muscles, we're going to use a power band. If you don't have a power band, you can also use some TheraBand as well, which is like the stretchier sort of band material. Now, depending on the level of strength that you've got, you could use 1 level like this, or you could use 2 levels. I'd suggest starting off just by having the single strap. Use the wall as a point of reference. Again, set yourself up like you did for your chin tucks, feet about half a foot away, your hips and your shoulders back up against the wall. We're going to draw you back into that chin tuck first of all, so we're tucking the chin down, driving the head back against the wall, hands just below shoulder height, and then from here trying to open up and then feel those shoulder blades start to pinch together at the back. We're going to hold that position 5 seconds before we slowly control it forwards. And the important thing here is that using the wall as a point of reference, okay? So I want you to think about trying to pin your shoulder blades back, keep the head pushed back up against the wall, and use the wall as a point of reference as you open up, pause, and then control it back in. Now start off by doing 10 repetitions, see if you can build up to doing 15 repetitions, but also look at trying to incorporate those 3 movements on a daily basis It's not really something that you can overdo, so repeating it twice or 3 times throughout the day is going to be beneficial. Release off the chest, reposition the neck, and then strengthen the muscles around the back of the shoulder blades as well.